Introducing the all-new Corolla.
Our 10th most followed story of 2013 starts with the opening of Guam's first charter school, the Guahan Academy Charter School. The school welcomed 524 students in its first week of operation in August, but its launch did not go off without a hitch. Months before the charter school's scheduled opening, concerns were raised over where they would be located and whether a lease had been approved. Then, in mere days before the first day of school, public health officials deemed the Tizan Cortec campus wasn't ready yet, delaying the first day of learning for most students by another week.
In fact, the contractor was over here yesterday with the sanitary permitting process.
Wiggins says the first week of school will focus on orientation and determining the skill level of each student.
Next is our 9th top story of the year with the island's #1 economy driver, tourism. 2013 marked the Guam Visitors Bureau's 50th anniversary, and what a better way to celebrate than to hit record-breaking numbers for the first time in decades.
Preliminary data shows 136,278 visitors came to Guam in March 2013, breaking August 1995's previous record of 135,710 visitors. Guam Visitors Bureau General Manager Carl Pangilinan says they are pleased that March has become the best month in the history of tourism arrivals.
Gambling devices fills our 8th spot with the controversial legalization and licensure of the Liberty machines. The machine's legality was fiercely debated between the governor's office, the attorney general's office, and Keep Guam Good, an anti-gambling group. But it was a bill that would ultimately bring that battle to an end. Bill 19 sought to permit the machines, but allocated its revenues to the Guam Memorial Hospital, a proposal that was undoubtedly hard to refuse, given the hospital's financial woes. The taxes collected from the gaming devices were earmarked for GMH to build an urgent care center and pay off a portion of its debt.
200 of those, I think mainly Liberty machines, were renewed in June. The others haven't been renewed. The ones that are coming in new now, I guess in the month of June, we issued a total of another 200 Liberty machines, having a total of 400 amusement devices, or what they call them, Liberty machines.
Our top 7th story of the year is on federal sequestration, a threat that affected not just Guam, but the whole nation as well. 2,000 Department of Defense employees on Guam were facing possible furloughs by July, but it turns out cost-saving measures helped to reduce the number of furlough days.
Furloughs will be felt on Guam, where some 2,000 DoD civilians will start taking 11 unpaid days next week. Department-wide, 650,000 civilians are affected. But even military furlough days were reduced, and Congress averted air traffic controller delays by substituting unused airport improvement money. U.S. Park Police were supposed to have 12 furlough days. They took 3.
And our top 6 story of the year was one that concerned many military families on Guam, with the largest deployment of soldiers from the Guam National Guard to Afghanistan that was scheduled for a whole year. The island suffered 2 casualties in that deployment, with the deaths of Specialist Dwayne Flores and Sergeant Eugene Uggan, both of whom were killed in the same car bombing attack on May 16th. The good news now is that the 600 soldiers are coming home earlier than expected. As of last Thursday, all remaining Task Force Guam soldiers departed Afghanistan and made their way to Camp Shelby, Mississippi for demobilization.
At Camp Shelby, they go through a process called demobilization. All the soldiers get briefed on the entitlements that they're going to get, any ailments or injuries incurred as a result of the service in Afghanistan. That has to be documented. If it needs a medical referral, those things are all taken care of at the demobilization site.